They're all victims. What did Toxic Attraction do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. They didn't do nothing. What did Tiffany Stratton do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. Leave these women alone, Wendy.
They are the bad women, Dark. They the bad women. They heels, man. They are heels. Christian, dude, I'm so glad they letting him do this right now, especially with MJF being gone right now. Christian is like, you know what? I got you. MJF gone. I got you. Let me be this.
Like they were pissed off that these guys had the belts. They're just like, this was a prestigious title down in the UK, and now you guys have it. And now you have these two freaking idiot country people in the fucking ring going like, yeah, fucking...
We're gonna drink beer and all that bullshit.
Hey, all right.
Well, Jesus Christ, they're gonna lose. She's gonna lose her fucking cash-in, dude.
On the screen. Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't see that? Oh, yeah. Simi proposed to take Auntie. Yeah, they're engaged now.
Well, damn, she got 2 months. And it's gonna be over, buddy. Over.
What about Rosemary, Tony?
Bruh. Rosemary is okay at times.
I just heard laughing. I didn't even hear it.
Right, he didn't even respond. He just started laughing. That's disrespectful.
Into the pay-per-view, just 1 hour. Oh!
2 matches, 3 matches?
3 matches.
3 matches.
Yep, 3 matches.
And we know the Jericho match is going to be at least 45
How do you feel about this match?
I'm just glad it's over and done.
Okay, Ernest.
I feel like they could do some things with it. Kind of like back in the day with, when they had DOA versus Los Moretas, I think that was their name, versus the Nation, those 3 groups. We joked about this before. It's like they were so racist back in the day because they had a redneck group, bald-headed bikers versus an all Puerto Rican group versus an all black group. And they was throwing racial slurs just left and right. And it was like, we was watching this as kids like, yeah, let's go. What? Let's go. Like, no, we're done. We're done. I'm gonna cut a Michael Cole promo like they did on Sasha and Naomi.
He let us all down.
Yeah,
he let the millions of you guys down.
He let us all down, guys.
So now we're having a whole conversation between Madcap Moss and Heyman. Now we go to a thing for SummerSlam. Then we get the thing of Roman Reigns and Lesnar on the big screen so that Theory can fucking react to that on there. And he's just tapping his Money in the Bank. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Money in the Bank. Then Madcap comes out and the match actually starts. That's fucking 20 minutes of my time. What are you doing? Why? What the hell was all that?
Imagine being in the arena.
Of that? Oh, Jesus. I was done. I was off. I didn't care. I did not care about whatever happened. That was it. I was done. I was done. 20 minutes just for Madcap to get to the ring for the bell to start? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And what if Theory was waiting in there doing nothing for 20 minutes? Are you serious? Get out of here,
Your
bro.
comment don't make sense. If they want Theory to go over more, all you gotta do is have this man win at SummerSlam, beat Bobby Lashley, and cash in.
Bro,
You can't get more over than that.
That's what makes even less sense. It's like, why are you starting a program with Dolph Ziggler? He already has a program with Bobby Lashley. He's got a title match.
Yeah, and he's putting himself in the program with Roman and Brock as well.
Why does he need this? Like, this is what I'm saying.
Where does Dolph come in at?
Where? I didn't see this.
So,
We're doing a lot of this right now. We're just doing a lot of this.
Bruh, I don't know what's going on. And Welcome back to another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast, brought to you by Dope Content and MT Darkness, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dope Content. MT Darkness is on the screen. Noti Gang in the building. What's good with you, Dark?
Oh, nothing. Just chilling, having a relaxing day. One more week until the students come back to campus. So one more week of having until my hell starts. So, no, that's about right. That's about right. How you doing?
D-Well, what's good? I enjoy content on YouTube. Rob on YouTube, what's good? Man, I'm sleepy. Allergies kicking my behind. I can't lie to you. I've been struggling all day. Had to travel all the way to Waco to play for Baylor University, and then come back, and then it was just a long weekend, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a long weekend. I done took some medicine. It might have been drowsy. I don't know. We'll find out during the show. That's all I can say on that. Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little hungover right now. So,
oh boy.
Dynamite J, what's good? So it might be an interesting show. It might not. We'll see. We'll see. That's all I can say. Ty said the G1 ran about to be wild on Dark's page. Hey, well, we got a lot to get into. We're not here to waste time. Y'all know what it is, man. We're gonna go over some stuff. It's a lot happening in wrestling this week. It's so much to talk about, but let's get right into it. Let's start off with Sasha Banks' car getting broken into in Oakland, California. And here's her reaction to her car being broken into. What up, Face? Before I go there.
A rental car.
A rental car. Let's get her on the screen. And then let's hit play.
5 minutes in Oakland. Just 5 minutes. Five minutes in Oakland. Just 5 minutes.
So there you go. 5 minutes in Oakland. She said she went in and came back out, and her car was broken into.
Now,
and she didn't seem to care. A rental car.
I was gonna say, now, Dope, I don't know about you, but that would not be my reaction if my rental car got broken into. Not at all. Not one bit.
Nope. But hey, we don't have Sasha Banks' money, so you know.
Her last name is literally Banks, so
there you go.
There's a reason why she's not upset at all.
And here we go, starting off early with King and his comment.
Oh, hey, King wants me to acknowledge him. I'm gonna acknowledge him by giving him a 300. That's what I'm gonna.
Well, there you go.
Hey,
all her products got
what's
stolen.
up?
She
How you
don't
doing?
care. WWE fan, she don't care at all.
Is that all that was taken?
Yeah, they didn't take a lot. It was just that was it.
That's all they stole?
Yeah.
What in the? That's a terrible thief.
Yeah. So now the question is, people are wondering, were these fans that knew Sasha Banks, or was it just some random, car robbery in Oakland? So.
Jeez. Well, if you're gonna, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just terrible. Why would you steal just hair products from somebody?
It's probably all she had in there. I mean, it is a rental car, so you don't keep stuff in rental cars.
Yes, I mean, you're right. Damn. Well,
he said, I see why the Raiders left Oakland. Wow.
Yeah,
Who is we? I have Sasha Banks money. Rob, you ain't got no damn Sasha Banks money.
Get out of here.
Stop.
Oh, boy.
I was about to call you out on the stream, bro.
Cut the cap.
So keep that moving. Yeah.
Cut the cap.
Bank just told me my account. See, get out of here, Rob.
King says I was in a different chat and you threatening to ban me. You came in my chat first telling me to acknowledge you. That's why I'm threatening to ban you.
He did.
You did.
Red Lace on YouTube. What's good, man? He said, I like them extensions. I'm going to get me some. Hey, maybe so. But do you think these were like wrestling fans, or do you think this is just random? She said it was 5 minutes, so.
It had just been 5 minutes since. I mean, she's recognizable. I mean, it's possible that somebody saw her, noticed who she was, and then just tried to jack whatever they could. That'd be a pretty ballsy move, but. And this goes back to what we were saying. Sasha transcends wrestling now, She's a big name, so.
Yeah.
You know, she's on the. I would put her. She's not at the same level as The Rock or Cena, but she could get there if she really focused on just straight Hollywood. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past somebody just seeing Sasha out in the open and trying to cash in on that.
Rob said he thought it was random. Just an update since Port Spot. I forgot once NFL season starts, this automatically happens on my Twitch now. So if you're interested in knowing if you're a Bengals fan or a Giants fan, just know the Cincinnati Bengals are beating the Giants right now 9-7. So be expecting random NFL updates during our wrestling podcast, apparently. So there you go. You're getting it all here on the Budget Cut podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't gonna miss anything. Either fans or family of fans. He and Rob, who they? See, you're getting off subject, Rob. But yeah, Sasha Banks, thank God everything is good for her. You know, nothing happened to her. She didn't get, you know, beat up or hurt or anything like that, or nothing really big got, you know, stolen. So that's cool on that. Moving right along, Shawn Michaels is now promoted. He gets a promotion from his buddy Triple H. I want to make sure I say this right, so let me see if I can pull it up. Vice President of Talent Development Creative is now his new role, and we already seen him make a couple of announcements. One is about NXT UK going away, and they're bringing. I see Dark Space. I'm not even gonna look at them. NXT UK going away. They start over with NXT Europe. And then another one is he made the announcement about Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons not being removed basically from the tag match on Friday on Smackdown. He said he took Johnny Ace's job. No, that's Triple H's job. Triple H is the head of creative and talent relations. This is just another loan. This is NXT. I don't know, bruh.
The way that it sounded like this was head of NXT creative is the way that it sounded. It didn't sound like Johnny Ace's job was talent. What's the word? He was in charge of talent.
Relations.
Talent relations. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That's not what this was.
Yes, and this is more focused on NXT for him. So he's over the creative and the talent now in NXT. Triple H is running the main roster, so he has that talent relations title and all that on the main roster. But Shawn Michaels announced NXT UK will be going away. They're bringing NXT Europe, which is, I'm like, is it not one and the same, I guess? But and then he also announced Worlds Collide, which if you watch NXT Tuesday, you kind of saw it coming with the way everything went on Tuesday, which we're going to get into. What are your thoughts on that, Dart?
So, if you are following certain things, you would have known that something was coming. I didn't think it was going to be something this huge, where they were going to just completely dead NXT UK, like right into the ground. But last week, they had mentioned that the BT Sports Studios that they tape these shows at, that they weren't going to be holding the next couple of tapings for NXT UK, and this was significant because they were holding their championship title. They were going to crown a new champion essentially, and they said that they're not going to hold any future tapings of NXT UK. And they said that they were going to be moving the NXT roster to Florida, NXT UK roster to Florida, to do something with some of the talent there. So after I heard that, I was just like, this is interesting. Something's happening. I was hoping that they'd be able to renew their contract with BT Studios and get back there and get back to start taping and stuff like that. But after this week, it was made very crystal clear that they are just starting fresh. They are just starting a whole new. I think that this thing with the pandemic maybe threw a lot of things askew, and so now they just want to kind of take NXT UK and just rebuild everything. I think that's what we're seeing, because they didn't even crown a champion. If you're watching NXT UK, a champion wasn't even crowned. They had just started this tournament. If you looked at the bracket, you knew it was going to come down to Trent Seven and Tyler Bate, but they straight flat out just ruined the entire results of the tournament by having Tyler Bate just come out with the UK title, and that was kind of a slap in the face to anybody that follows that product.
He
so,
did. He definitely did. I just thought about that when you said it. He definitely did come out with it Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And there's a lot of people that are just like, well, it doesn't matter. NXT UK, this, that, and the third. It's just like it was the best wrestling product that WWE had. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how NXT Europe is gonna be, and what are you really changing? They got rid of people, which I didn't like, but
a lot of people.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. But I'm like, if you start, I don't know. I don't get what they're doing. I just don't get it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just don't understand what they're doing, because you're starting the whole Europe thing. Like, is the plan to bring somebody like Pete Dunne back over there and change him back to Pete Dunne and then bring him back to the main roster as Pete Dunne instead of Butch, or like, how are you gonna do that? So, yeah, he got rid of a lot of people. That's the part I don't understand. The people they got rid of. So, but it is what it is.
Shuttleworth says it seems like UK was almost a European brand as far as I remember it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was pretty much. They called it NXT UK, but they had people from Wales. They had people from, Walter was down there and he's Austrian. So they had literally people from all over the place. So
yeah,
this is just a rebranding. And you could have, if you wanted to do a rebranding, you could have just done a rebranding without completely shutting down NXT UK. So
Ty says Jeff Jarrett has departed his position as senior vice president.
Yeah, that happened
live events.
Like an hour or two before we got on Dope, actually. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I'm not sure. I thought that was interesting. It was like 2 weeks ago he was at that at SummerSlam. Then the day after, he was at SummerSlam on Saturday, the day after he did that Ric Flair match. So. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. They don't know. He is an idiot, Ty. They don't need no more mid-card titles. We're good with what they have now. All right, so moving on from that, I'm curious to see what they do with this. When the Worlds Collide, I know Worlds Collide is going to be fire, so I'm not really worried about that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, because NXT UK was NXT Europe anyway. But hey, where it is, NXT 2.0 might be getting a facelift again pretty soon as well. I don't know if you heard those rumors.
Well, I would love for him to stop calling it 2.0.
Yeah, thank you. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
hopefully that's first. So, hey, Ravens flock just kicked off against the Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. If you're a football fan, Ravens, let's get it. Still undefeated in the preseason for the last 3-4 years, but keeping it moving back to wrestling. Before we get to Raw, I know you had something you wanted to bring up. So what you got for us?
Okay, yes. So we had the semifinals and the finals of the G1. If you want to watch either of those, make sure to go to 55 Dark Avenue, and you can watch that there. I aired all 3 matches, so you have no excuse if you were just like, man, I wish I could find a place to watch it. You can watch it for free right on that channel. So in the semifinals of the G1, we had Kazuchika Okada go up against Tama Tonga in a great match. I would call this a career match for Tama Tonga, who came up short against Okada, but the crowd was really, really, really behind Tama Tonga in this matchup. He has come a long way since becoming a face and getting out of the Bullet Club. That was something I really noticed in this matchup. So even though he lost, he really gained a lot from this loss against Okada. The other match we had was Naito and Will Ospreay, which was a great match. I would call this my second favorite match of the entire tournament. And it was something fresh and that we haven't seen in a while, which is a problem in New Japan. And this match was just fantastic. And Ospreay went over Naito, which would take us to the main event, which would be the finals the next night. Okada against Ospreay. And objectively speaking, this was the best match of the tournament. This match was fantastic. The night prior, Ospreay cut a speech saying how he is watching over the tapes of all the people that have beat Ospreay, Hiroshi Tanahashi, AJ Styles, he doesn't mention Kenny Omega's name, but he says all the people that beat Okada, and that he's going to take from those people and come away victorious and take New Japan out of the darkness, out of the dark ages. So they have their match. It is going back and forth. It is just a crazy, crazy matchup. But no matter what Ospreay does, Okada still gets up. So at one point in the match, Ospreay goes for a high fly flow, which is Hiroshi Tanahashi's finisher. Okada kicks out of that. Then he goes for a Styles clash on Okada, and he kicks out of that. After he tries both of those moves, Okada is just slumped over near the ropes, and he puts a gun signal up and goes bang, hits a V-trigger, tries to go for the one-winged angel, but Okada gets out of it and hits a Rainmaker for a close near fall. This match is really starting to pick up. Ospreay tries to go for the hidden blade, but Okada reverses it into a Cobra Flosion. Then he picks him up, hits him with the Rainmaker, and gets the pin. Subjectively speaking, this is not the result I wanted, but objectively, this was a fantastic match. It was easily the best match that we had in the tournament. But like I was saying before, subjectively, I really wish that we could have seen Ospreay take this. I think that Ospreay would have been the better choice, because I think that would have been better variety. Ospreay winning this and then going on to face Jay White, I think is just a more fresher matchup between these two. You have somebody that wants to go and take take New Japan out of the dark ages, and that's two foreign talent that are wanting to do so. And having a Gaijin, a foreigner, go into the G1 and win the tournament would be huge, because he would be the second person next to Kenny Omega to do that. Then Ospreay's also in the U.S. going to be a part of AEW's Trios tournament. He'll also be interacting with Omega. That's even more of a shot in the arm for New Japan. I just felt like there was more opportunity coming out of this tournament if you had Ospreay winning rather than what we got with going with the safe option in Okada. But nonetheless, Okada did win, and they did have a few announcements coming out of this too. That there is going to be a show on October 28th, I believe it was, a joint show between Stardom and New Japan in New York City, in Times Square. And this is going to be the first time that these two promotions have joined up in the United States. And I think it's the first time that Stardom as a whole has been here that I know of, with anybody other than Ring of Honor, at least. And they also announced that they're going back to one night of Wrestle Kingdom. So a lot of news coming out of New Japan. And yeah, that was the G1 this year. Okada wins for a fourth time in his career. Second time consecutively.
Well, there you go. There you go. It sounds like a very loaded show right there. And who was that? King Rich. I guess you read the ticket where it said 90K tickets already sold. Those numbers can't be real. Yeah, they are pretty real, buddy. WWE likes to over-exaggerate, but for this particular WrestleMania, I want to go ahead and believe them simply because that stadium that they're using, that stadium is an attraction of itself. And then the fact that everybody is still going with this belief that The Rock and Roman is the main event in LA, you trust me, a lot of people in LA brought that ticket for that. And a lot of people are scalpers too. They brought tickets early because they went on sale early. They normally don't go on sale to November. It is August and they already on sale. So a lot of scalpers probably hopped on those tickets to resell them for a higher price. So believe it. And I don't know if you watch football, King Rich, NFL, but just Google the LA Rams and the LA Chargers stadium and look at it. Trust me, it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that that people want to see. So, you have any thoughts on that, Thor?
I think it's interesting that they've sold that many tickets. Did they say is that just spread across both nights?
Yeah, so it's like
they didn't specify it was for one night or the other, right? They just said
Yeah,
WrestleMania has sold this many tickets so far. Okay.
yeah, for
Okay.
both nights. It's like 48,000 for the first night and 49. Close to 49 for the
Yeah.
second night. So,
That's still a healthy number. That's like the total amount that we've had for this year's. So
Yeah.
right now they're off to a healthy start. So I think, and you have to attribute a lot of that to Triple H going into Power. So I think a lot of people have more faith in the product now that he's in charge. So you're seeing it in these ticket sales for Mania, and you saw it immediately after Vince was gone. The stock price rose tremendously. So,
which is crazy. That's hilarious.
so, ooh, that's a pretty arena. Holy, or pretty stadium.
Because
Good
it was
lord.
all about money
Yeah.
with Vince, right? And now they're still making money. They're making more money. But here's the SoFi Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen this stadium, I'm telling you,
That looks insane.
yes,
I need to go to Mania this year. I need to go.
bruh, it's one of the best looking stadiums. Beware facts. Stadium is gorgeous. I'm telling you, this. You know I'm a homer when it comes to Dallas. I always said Cowboys had the best stadium, but after Atlanta did their new stadium, so it's Cowboys, Atlanta. SoFi is number one,
This is
and
nuts.
like this stadium is number one. Let me see if I can give you an inside
was this
look.
the
real
was
quick.
this at the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was nice. You
So,
said you're an Impact Mark shuttle. Impact stuff. Oh yeah. Oh my.
Look at that. Look
Is
at
that real?
Yes, that's the real stadium right there.
No, that's
So-
at the top. Is that an
Yeah,
actual? That's
the
an actual
screen?
LED
Yes.
around the.
Yes.
Oh,
that's real.
Jesus.
So imagine how WWE is gonna look in this stadium.
I have to go to this. I have
Bruh.
to go here. Are we making a trip? I have to go to this place.
Dude, if I get out there, I will. Trust me.
Oh gosh, I gotta go.
They also announced in Philly. That was the dumbest thing. I didn't like that announcement at all.
You said I want to see what AEW can do in the stadium. I think in a couple of years AEW will be able to fill out a stadium. I think it'll take some time, but I think they'll be able to do it.
Let's see. Yeah, I gotta.
They would have
I
to.
gotta-
They'd have to work with a bunch of. If they worked with New Japan, and if the main event was Okada Omega, I think it would definitely sell a stadium. That match alone would sell a stadium.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you see this stadium, trust me, this is part of the reason they sold over 90,000 already. Because people are already picturing in their head, dang, what is WWE gonna look like with this? That LED board is all the way around, and you can see inside. Bro, it's crazy.
It looks nuts.
It is crazy. So there it is. Let's get right into Monday Night Raw. Shout out to Rob for subbing again. There you go with your Sasha Banks money, Rob. Over here subbing. 13 months in a row. I see you, Rob. Bro, they didn't update this damn thing again. I can't find my background design right now. Boy, I'll tell you. All right, I think I found. Nope, that ain't it.
You said
Golly.
You said AEW needs 8K cameras first. Yes. You remember when WWE was doing that for during the pandemic era? That was funny.
Hey, they
Oh,
should
man.
have. They should have low key kept it though. It was nice doing the entrance.
Other companies, Pro Wrestling No in Japan, they started using those shortly after WWE was, and they've still kept them during for now. They look really good.
Hey,
wouldn't have
Rob
got rid of
gifted a sub to Ty. Appreciate it, Rob. Shout out to you for that. And welcome back to the sub game, Ty. Dude, what is? Like, I'm getting real mad right now that I can't find my freaking logos. I think they deleted them, bro, because I can't. It's nowhere to be found right now.
They just completely got rid of it?
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's not even an option here no more.
Goodness gracious.
Mad.
Oh! Rob gifted us something dope. There you go. Thank you,
I'm
Rob.
glad you did, because I thought I was third still. So appreciate that, Rob. For your Sasha Banks money. So there, I just put Raw back on here.
All right.
Even it should have been deleted in the first place. Stupid app. But I'm mad at that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But let's get right into it and make sure I ain't miss no comments now. Want to make sure I got everything before we get into Raw, because I'm gonna be reading it straight down the line. Raw walking through the forbidden door, showing love facts. They laughing at me going off on Melon. All right, I think we are caught up. So let's get right into Monday Night Raw. Another solid show for you this week. Started off with the women's. I'm sorry, with Judgment Day getting squashed by Rey Mysterio's chair assault. Hey, more Judgment Day and Rey Mysterio, but it ended up turning around because again it's 3-on-1. Rey Mysterio ended up getting laid out by Judgment Day at the end of the day. Keeping it moving. Alexa Bliss and Asuka defeated Nikki ASH and Doudrop to advance in the women's tag title tournament. The Miz and Ciampa defeated Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. Kevin Owens he interrupts Drew McIntyre, and they both go back and forth cutting fire promos on each other, mentioning wrestling a lot. Set up an impromptu match between the two that was fire, and of course it was interrupted as the Usos came out and attacked Drew McIntyre, and then Kevin Owens ended up laying Drew out with a stunner. What up, Alice? How you doing? So yeah, it seems like Drew is catching it from everybody right now. That's just how it looks. Prize Fighter is back. Yeah, KO did say the Prize Fighter is back. These guys are going at it. Dolph Ziggler backstage get into a brawl. He interrupts Theory, and they get into a brawl backstage. During the brawl, I don't know if you noticed this, but did you see Dexter Lumis' arm going like this in the door?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Dexter Lumis is making his presence known, and people automatically saying, yeah, they about to bring the way. He's gonna help Theory, which it could happen. He might be the guy to help Theory cash in when it's time for Theory to cash in. Who knows? We'll see how they play out. Right now, it seems like Lumis is there just to really get AJ. that's who we want right now. Yeah, Push was at the show. I almost said Matt Riddle. Riddle did a backstage interview where they said he was at his mom's house or at home via satellite. So Seth Rollins comes and interrupts it and talking all this noise. And then Riddle lets him know, hey, I'm actually in the arena. Gets up from the fake background, comes to the arena, they brawl. Riddle lays Seth out. Veer is back on TV. He gets in a squash match, gets a victory. It looks like this man is skipping leg day every day because he's swole up here. The legs are little as hell. Bobby Lashley defeated AJ Styles in a 1-on-1 United States Championship match, fire match by those two. Dakota Kai took out Dana Brooke. Main event, Theory defeated Dolph Ziggler in a very solid wrestling match. Nothing really happened backstage, really noticeable. So, thoughts on Monday Night Raw?
I just thought this week was it was just okay compared to the last couple of weeks. I thought that who was it? Mustafa Ali and Cedric. I thought they were a really good tag team. I noticed that when they were in that match together. Yeah, they worked really well in a singles capacity, and they are a fantastic tag team together. So I hope that kind of sticks. The stuff with Ziggler and Theory throughout the show I thought was good. The brawling in the back, all the shit talking. Theory brought up really good points where Ziggler was just kind of trying to give him advice and talk shit to him, but like Theory's just like, dude, you have been nothing but a disappointment your whole career. And I thought it was really interesting how Ziggler was trying to tell him how he cashed in successfully and won a title when Ziggler held the title for only a month after he cashed it in. He lost it on his first defense to what's his name? Dated Page. I can't remember what his name is, but
Alberto.
Alberto, yeah.
I think the injury caused that though.
Was he injured?
Yeah, he got hurt shortly after winning the title.
Well, there you go. Weak legs. Let's talk about skipping leg day, am I right?
There you go.
But
Damn, shots fired. Shots fired.
Alexa Bliss and Asuka, this was like that tag match. I thought that was just, needed to get it out of the way because, we just need to get to this this match for the titles. So we knew what was going to happen here. We just needed to get this out of the way. The best promo on this show was the best promo and the best match, I guess, on the show, I think, was Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. The lead up to this was great. Kevin Owens talking his talk, and even Drew's part. I like Drew's promo here on Raw better than the one he gave with Roman on Smackdown.
Yeah.
I thought these two had really good chemistry with each other, and the match, it was good. I just I didn't like the interference at the end. That was the only thing. But other than that, I didn't really have any issue with I like that Owens laid out McIntyre too. I wish it just ended after that rather than Drew McIntyre coming back and laying out the Usos. I didn't want that to happen.
Yeah, I didn't like that part either.
I could have gone. The Usos are getting laid out like every week. You can have the Usos just go off and be strong. I don't know why that needed to happen, but Riddle and Rollins, I'm excited. They announced that. That's official now, so I'm happy to see that happen at Clash at the Castle. Like we heard about at SummerSlam, and yeah, Lashley versus AJ I thought was just okay. I didn't think it was like a great match. I thought it was just a good match that they had on Raw, but it didn't blow me away.
It had a slow start to it. That's the only thing about that match. It had a slow start, and it kind of took the fans out of it a little bit, but they both did pick it up near the end, which and the crowd got back into it as well. So it turned out being good, but it was a very slow start to that match.
But yeah, that's what I think about Raw, though. Those are my thoughts.
Did you have any issues with the main event being Dolph versus Theory?
If it was me personally, I would have just ended it with either Lashley and Styles or Drew and Owens. But I will say, even though it did end with Ziggler and Theory, I'm glad that they gave Theory a win, because my entire problem with Theory having this briefcase is that they always do the same thing, is where they give you the briefcase and then it's just like, you can lose all these matches, doesn't matter, you're going to get the title. It's like, no, you need to build legitimacy now that the guy does have the briefcase. So it's a win against Ziggler, yeah, but it's still a win. And Theory's been getting a lot of losses recently, so they need to start building Theory back up. So
a lot of people were online complaining, why is this the main event? This should have been such. I didn't have a problem with it. Just because, like you've been preaching, Theory has been looking weak. It's time for Theory to start looking strong. Theory is the up and comer. He's pretty much guaranteed to be the next champ with that Money in the Bank title, and he's going up against a Grand Slam champion, former Grand Slam champion. Yes, Dolph and Vince did a number on Dolph, but at the end of the day, it's still a Grand Slam champion. It's still a future Hall of Famer, and the match was a good match. I personally would have put the United States Championship last, but I didn't have a problem with the Money in the Bank briefcase holder being last, because it made the Money in the Bank feel important again, which it hasn't felt important really since he got it. I don't think a lot of people really thought that he was going to cash in at SummerSlam. People were kind of hoping that he does, but yeah, you knew Brock or Roman was going to take him out. Like, that just wasn't going to happen. I still think he might cash in at the Castle, but I didn't have a problem with it. People were really online crying, just crying. Oh my God, this shouldn't happen. Theory sucks. Dolph sucks. This shouldn't be. Hey, whatever, man. Doing the AJ match, we had a run-in.
Oh yeah.
And he got destroyed. He came so fast, and the security hit him with an NFL-like tackle. Dexter Lumis is really trying to get to AJ Styles for some reason. With AJ losing yet another big match, what is next for AJ? Are they going to feed him to Lumis to have Lumis go over on AJ? Or is AJ going to start getting some W's here?
I don't know what the direction is for AJ. Maybe Dexter Lumis has been sent by Gargano to start a program. That would be cool. Maybe that's why he's specifically targeting AJ. That would be a dream scenario for me. But other than that, I have no idea what's going on with AJ. He's lost his title opportunities. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's going for, or whatever. Unless he's gonna just keep fighting freaking Miz and Ciampa.
His stock keeps going down. He's not even getting the same reaction.
AJ to SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, I forgot about that. Yeah, there's no brand loyalty right now. He can go to SmackDown if he wants. AJ
not
and
if Paul Heyman is going to be in creative. I don't see him going to SmackDown. Paul Heyman is working in creative over there. I still don't think he likes Paul. So,
we need a draft is what we need, honestly.
Where it is, they might be having one coming up soon. But yeah, I'm starting to get a little nervous by AJ because AJ really hasn't had any momentum, man. Like since him and Omos broke up, he hasn't had any momentum at all. And like it's starting to affect his reactions with the crowd. Like he's not getting that same babyface reaction he was getting in 2016, 2017, and etc. 2018, all that. So hopefully they got something planned for AJ. He's too good of a wrestler just to become a hand for that company, for any company. He shouldn't be a hand for any company. Like he should be doing some things. So we'll see, man. But that is Monday Night Raw for you. You got any more thoughts on that show?
No, that's about it.
All right, let me see if I can get NXT on the background with this. I can't believe this joint got rid of all of my
everything.
Like, what the hell, bro? I'm real mad about that right now. This might be the old NXT that pop up. Let's see.
Shuttleworth says it isn't. Oh, hey, okay, I don't mind seeing that. Shuttleworth said it isn't that the stock of AJ Styles is going down, because other companies would be gladly to have him. I don't think it's so much the stock of him going down, like AJ's stock specifically, just the stock of him in WWE. I think is what Dope is talking about, Shuttleworth. Because right now, he doesn't really have a predominant role right now.
Yeah.
In the company.
So let's get the NXT Heat Wave. I should have kept the black and gold up. That's
what I'm saying.
This is bright as hell.
I missed that. Oh man, that was so much
easier. He said that's where his head is, so the picture is accurate. Hey, let me read some comments. Make sure we caught up. Asuka and Io is going to be WWE's version of a Tommy and Siri in Stardom. I don't know if they overhyping it. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. I really don't have too many comments on that right now until it actually happens. They'll get to mix it up for the tag titles. I'm sorry, in the tag match tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. I think I caught up with the comments. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing because once I start going
be very interesting
NXT,
to see how that goes. What's her name? Io was a little bit rough when she came back. Io hadn't been wrestling in a long time. So
you can see the rust on her.
Yeah, so. And Asuka's still been somewhat active, so it'll be interesting.
He said AJ hasn't been the same since the up, down tournament. He hasn't been the same before that, dude.
Did you see that?
He hasn't been the same before that. He beat the hell out the tag. I streamed it when he got mad. It was hilarious, bro. So
he got
screwed.
He got screwed.
Yeah, he got screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That bar
2K,
was full.
Oh man.
Yeah, 2K is. Yeah,
that was messed up. That was real messed up.
I would have did the same. But that's what happens when you have a PlayStation instead of Xbox, though. So there you go. It's your fault, AJ. All right, let's see. He needs few Rollins just because of that. We'll see. Maybe they'll one day fight for the title instead of playing the games for it. Let's get the NXT Heatwave Fire Show. Carmelo Hayes and Giovanni went at it to start off the show. North American title on the line. Carmelo Hayes defeated Giovanni. That match was fire. Definitely in the case of match of the week for me. Keeping it moving. Diamond Mine comes out, and I forgot the guy name. Brutus is the big one. What's the other guy name?
Julian?
Julian. Yeah, something. Okay, there you go. I knew it was something with a J. Julian points out what he saw on the tape, and basically Roddy was low key working with Tony D'Angelo.
Like low key, because I was watching this video. I was just like, man, you really got to make some assumptions.
Yeah.
Like Tony was just going like, he's like.
Yeah,
I was like, that was your okay, sure, yeah, all right, whatever.
Hey, look, just to remind people, just in case y'all don't remember, you can thank Apollo Crews for making Diamond Mine. I'm sorry, the Creed brothers watch that film over and over because he was the one in there saying you really should watch this film and look closely. And they kept saying like, "What are you talking about? We don't see nothing. We watched this match over and over." He finally saw it. So Roddy was just looking nervous the whole time as they walked into the ring because Roddy knew something was up.
I'm about to be like, hey, dope. I watched back that 4-man booth we did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I heard a certain tone. It was like a certain click. And that's how we knew something was for to happen.
What was that about? What was that about?
Yeah.
Budget cut is over.
Yeah.
Budget cut is over.
Get it out of here, man. Well, my allergies are kicking my behind right now. So yeah, they're about to fight. They're about to turn on Roddy Strong, and then we get the Gallus boys from NXT UK come in, and first thought was, oh shoot, Roddy then called in a new faction to get his boys, but they turned around and attacked Roddy too, and they laid out Diamond Mine. My thought on that real quick is I still think Roddy called them in, and Roddy was like, go ahead and beat me up for now, and then we can screw them later. Because they kind of hesitated with Roddy too, and Roddy kind of like gave him a look too, kind of like Tony D'Angelo. So that's my thought on that. Cora Jade defeated Roxanne Perez. I don't know why. Tony D'Angelo defeated Santos Escobar, which we talked about last week about Escobar possibly moving up to the main roster. Tony D'Angelo now has his faction all together. He has Escobar's faction, Phantasma, again. So now they have to work for him again. So, hey, let's see how that go. Mandy Rose defeated Zoe Stark to retain her NXT Women's title. And that match was pretty solid. I'll give it to them. They did a good job. Braun Breaker defeated JD, Jordan Devlin is what I'm going to keep calling him, to retain his NXT title. And then out comes Tyler Bate with the NXT UK title to go face to face. It's a lot of UK on this show. Josh Briggs and Jensen was backstage. They got into it with was it the same group?
It was Gallus, yeah.
Yeah, he got into it with Gallus, so they got a match coming up soon. Tag title match. That's NXT in a nutshell, man. What are your thoughts on NXT?
So this was a very interesting night for me. I was looking at this show, and it was interesting to me because at the end of the show, they say worlds collide here at NXT. So then the next day, that's when we were getting all the releases. So it seemed like they were particularly picking out the people that they wanted to take part in this tournament, because other than that, pretty much everybody else is out of this company. So yeah, Carmelo Hayes and Giovanni to me was match of the show.
Oh yeah,
Carmelo just needs to be champion. Where I'm just gonna I say this every time I see Carmelo in a match. They always put him at the beginning of the card. Don't know why. This guy needs to be bookending these shows. He is literally the A champion. This guy has been fantastic since I've seen him wrestle in Maine for Limitless. He was the Limitless champion, and he was a fantastic champion. He's always been a great wrestler. Like, just give him the title. He needs to beat Braun. Just have him lose the title to what's his name? Dude, what was his name? The guy with the top hat?
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, have him to lose the title to Cameron
Yeah,
Grimes.
Oh, Cameron, it fell off that hard, boy.
Oh,
That's
Lord. But have him
Poor
lose the
Cameron.
title to Cameron and then just or Solo. Have him to give the title to Solo Sikoa. Have him have a run with the title. But yeah, he needs to take that. Hayes needs to take that title off of Braun Breaker. He really needs to be the one. The stuff with Diamond Mine, this whole segment to me was getting a little lame until the end. Gallus, bringing over Gallus, I did not. These guys were always pushed fairly well in UK. I always keep forgetting the brother's name. It's Joe Coffey's brother. I think it's Mark Coffey. He just became the Heritage Cup champion in UK. So these three being picked up here was for a reason. They're one of the few factions that they have down in the UK. And they're a three-man group, so they'd be perfect to go up against the Diamond Mine. I was not a huge fan of Joe Coffey, but I was just like, all right, whatever. So them getting the rub, that was interesting. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Yeah, I don't know why Roxanne lost. I'm not a fan of Cora Jade, so we're just gonna move on. The stuff with Gallus then got into that stuff with Jensen and Briggs for the UK titles. But, like, UK is dead now, so that makes that even more interesting. They said they want to go for the titles, but the brand is going to be done soon, so I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. And now that the brand is dead, now it makes me even more upset that these two are holding the UK titles. I was really upset about that. Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo, we did talk about that last week. Maybe Santos Escobar will be put with Los Lotharios, because they still seem to be focused on getting with Max Dupree's sister for some reason. So hopefully that'll get them off of that, and Santos can come back or go to SmackDown and be like, yo, you need to focus. Let's go get some gold. I would actually like to see that. Something that you missed, Dope, and this was also another big thing for NXT UK, was Indy Hartwell was in the back. She got a letter, and it had a picture from Dexter Loomis. And all of a sudden, Blair Davenport, the former, oh my goodness, B. Priestley, takes the picture and rips it up. So B. Priestley is another person coming from UK over to NXT proper, which is huge. Something more blaring was that Meiko Satomura, the NXT UK Women's Champion, is nowhere on this show at all. But they took Blair Davenport, which I thought was very interesting. Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton are going to be having a lights-out match next week. And, yeah, Wendy Chu is being mad disrespectful. You can go and see it. She was just being a bully again. I'm not going to repeat anything that she said. But Tiffany Stratton, we're all rooting for you here at the Budget Cut Podcast. So, yeah, absolutely. And Mandy Rose.
I just like I low key want Wendy to win, just so I can hear one of your rants next week. That's
hateful.
I'm low key going for Wendy.
That's
now,
hateful.
man.
That's
I just want to see. Hey, man, I'm just saying. I can't be the one ranting all the time.
Mandy Rose and Zoe Stark. That was your typical Mandy Rose match. Her run as champion. Her and Braun Breaker to me have been the same. Their championship runs.
Nah.
You think Braun's has been worse?
Yes, easily. Yes. At least I'm invested a little bit, and not all of them, but some of Mandy's matches. I haven't been invested in Braun's matches at all, except maybe Cameron Grimes.
See, I haven't been invested in much of Mandy Rose's matches, because it seems like everybody they throw at her, I know that she's gonna beat them, and it's just like I feel like there's other people on the roster that would be a better champion than her, and that's how I feel about Braun's reign also.
Braun is giving me Raquel Gonzalez vibes with his championship. So Mandy title reign has been better than Braun's and Raquel's. So
I'm seeing the same out of the three of them, honestly. I think all three of them are on the same. That's me personally, though. I can see where you're coming from, but I'm getting the vibe from Mandy too. What was the last good Mandy match that you saw? Like above
Tuesday
decent.
was good.
Above decent.
Above decent. She had one. I just can't remember it right now. Hey man, I'm on allergy and sinus meds right now. This is the wrong day to ask me questions, man. You can't ask me questions right now while I'm on sinus and allergy meds right now. You're cheating today. This is not fair.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on NXT Heatwave. I thought Heatwave was just I thought Heatwave was an interesting show from the NXT UK prospect of it. And I thought that the best match on this by a country mile was the Giovanni Carmelo Hayes match. That match was just insane. But other than that, yeah, I just that was NXT 2.0.
There you go. It was a pretty solid show. I didn't have no complaints out of it. Outside of Braun retaining, but when they brought Tyler Bate, I was like, okay, now I see what they're doing. And it's a reason he retained. You can't have Tyler Bate going up against Jordan Devlin. Jordan Devlin just came from UK, so if you're doing title versus or champ versus champ, you got to have the American guy for NXT 2.0. So I didn't like it, but I understood it. So yeah, that's it for NXT. Let's get to AEW.
All right.
Let me find the damn AEW design.
So we got a big episode of AEW to go through from the Charleston Coliseum in West Virginia. Punk comes out to start the show, and the first thing he says is that he was trying not to smile, but he couldn't help it because of the fans, and that he's got some business to attend to, and he believes that there's someone in the area that he asked somebody where they are, and he believes that there's somebody that's from the area that deserves a rematch, and he calls out Adam Page, but Adam Page never shows up, and the crowd starts to boo, and Punk says, yeah, my sentiments exactly. That's not cowboy shit. That's coward shit. Everyone wants to be the champ until it's time to do champ shit. These were the exact same words that Hangman Page said to him on a promo either the week of or the 2 weeks prior to their match at Double or Nothing. This would go back. Apparently, this rubbed Punk the wrong way. Punk wasn't expecting this, and Punk got really upset by this, so he took the time to go out this week and call out Adam Page when this program had nothing to do with him, so of course he wasn't going to come out. Dope, what did you think about this?
I was wondering why the hell he did it, and then especially considering where they were, I was just like, okay, maybe they're setting up, maybe they're doing this just to get CM Punk a match before Moxley. But no, he as you're about to get into, he went on about Mox as well, which I'm gonna let you say all that what he said, and then some more stuff happened that was weird. It was just weird.
So I have a detailed report going into it from Fightful. So this was in response from the lead up to Double or Nothing on material that Page used to the build up of the match, which Punk never had a chance to respond to. It was on the Go Home episode before the pay-per-view. Page stated he was defending the AEW championship against Punk, stating that a champion is judged by what he does when the camera isn't on, and that Punk spoke about workers' rights, but his actions said the opposite. On Page's first appearance on the show since losing the belt, he had a lot to say about the AEW title, but, quote, tonight isn't the night, and then joked saying that he won't be receiving a title shot anytime soon. And this because this was right after Punk announced his injury, and Page wasn't included in the Battle Royal to determine the spot at Forbidden Door. Meltzer noted that there was drama amongst several of the top performers, with the catalyst being the handling of Colt Cabana, who was ousted from the Dark Order with no storyline and moved to Ring of Honor with disagreements over Cabana's treatment and why that happened. So there's just a lot of different parts moving around here. A lot to do with talent not being happy with how Colt Cabana was treated in relations to CM Punk and everything. So it's a whole thing. So, but back to the show.
No, CM Punk did not quit. He just threatened to quit. We'll get into that after the rundown, though.
But Punk says, so Punk said that's not cowboy shit, that's coward shit. He wants, everyone wants to be the champ until they have to do champ shit. And he says he knows that Moxley has a lot of fans and that Moxley can be number one in the fans' hearts. But Punk is number one in the ring. Moxley is the third best guy in his own group, and that seems to be a reoccurring theme in his own career. Moxley has been the interim champ, and interim means temporary. Moxley is afraid to test himself against his best friend. Eddie is the third best Eddie that Punk has ever shared a ring with, and he's the second best Kingston he's ever been in the ring with. Punk wants Moxley at All Out in Chicago. Moxley comes down to the ring. Moxley says that Punk is writing checks with his mouth that his body can't cash as normal. Punk is living in a fantasy world. Punk thinks he's the best wrestler in the world, but most of the time, Punk isn't the best wrestler in catering. The mic doesn't mean shit. The belt on Punk's shoulder doesn't mean shit. Moxley's belt doesn't mean shit either. Moxley is the heart and soul of AEW. And Punk says, well, if he's the heart and soul, well, I'm the dollars and the cents. Moxley says Punk ran out of fighting spirit a long time ago, and he ran out of money, and that's why he's in AEW. Moxley says Punk won't do shit and gets in his face. Punk says that they've got a match coming up at the pay-per-view, and he's afraid if he touches Moxley that Punk says that he's afraid that if he touches Moxley that Moxley's gonna bleed all over him. Moxley gets in Punk's face, then he kisses Punk, and Punk just looks away. And when he looks right back at Moxley, Moxley smacks him in the face, and they just start trading blows with each other until security comes to break it up. We go backstage, and we are with Tony Schiavone and Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs talks about how he had to parade around Tony Stark's and be his bodyguard, essentially, while he was the FTW championship. But when he lost it, then that gave him free reign to do whatever he wanted, and that's why he turned on Ricky. And that Hobbs also has something for QT Marshall and the Factory. We are going to our next match. We are introduced to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who is here as an official guest timekeeper, and we are going on to the 2 out of 3 falls match. Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia, the Dragon against the Dragon Slayer. The first fall comes to an end when Danielson is going for a move but gets caught into a Gotch-style pile driver, and Garcia follows that up with a Dragon Sleeper, and Danielson just goes out to end the first fall. The second fall ends after Danielson catches Garcia in a quick cradle and gets a 3 count. The third fall starts. Garcia just goes right at Danielson. Near the end of the third fall, these guys are just trading shots. Danielson gets the upper hand, and he's just wailing on Garcia. He's trying to get the label lock in, and he lets go, and then he just starts hitting him with elbows. Then he trades elbows and goes for hammer fist. Then he starts applying the label lock again, and this time Garcia just goes out. The match is over. Bryan Danielson wins. Jericho has been on commentary this whole time. Danielson is in the ring, and Garcia comes too, and he's telling the entire crowd to just cheer for Garcia, and these two are getting a standing ovation. Danielson tries to shake Garcia's hand. Garcia gets up, and he's about to shake Danielson's hand when Jericho comes and blindsides Danielson and starts beating the crap out of him. Garcia stops Jericho, and Jericho tells him to think about it. While Jericho's walking away and Danielson's alone in the ring with, while Garcia's alone in the ring with Danielson, the crowd starts chanting to Garcia that he is a wrestler. Up next, Tony Nese starts coming down to the ring. We never find out who this match was against or what, because Moxley just attacks Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. He gets into the ring. He says that he wants to have his title match tonight, calls out Punk. Punk tries to come to the ring. This time, though, the Blackpool Combat Club are in tow, They're separating everybody. Nothing ever happens. And we move on to the next thing. Varsity Blondes versus the Ass Boys. This was a squash match. The Varsity Blondes just get annihilated by the Ass Boys. After the match, Billy Gunn comes into the ring, and then he said, "This is what I'm talking about." He said he's finally impressed with his sons. All of a sudden, Stokely Hathaway, comes up the entrance ramp, and Billy Gunn is looking at him like, "What are you doing?" He gets blindsided by his sons. They start beating down Billy Gunn, and the Acclaim come down to make the save. And, Billy Gunn just quickly gets over the fact that he was betrayed by his sons when the Acclaim scissor him. So, because, nothing will help you get over some, family betrayal like a good scissoring.
There you go. Let's flip that right now.
After this, Death Triangle and Pac have choice words for Will Ospreay and the Aussie Open, which will be happening next week. So next week, we're going to have Death Triangle against the United Empire. We'll also be having CM Punk and Jon Moxley unifying the AEW championships. So those are two huge matches right off the bat. Jungle Boy comes out, and he says that he got in trouble for wearing his shirt last week, which I forgot to mention. Jungle Boy came out wearing a shirt last week that said, "Christian is a pussy." So I thought that was hilarious. He got in trouble for that. He says that he has attacked Christian in the back. He's tried to hit him multiple times, including with the car, but Christian never has responded to him, never talks to him. And that if that had happened to him, that he would never have done that, and that he wants Christian at All Out. Christian comes out and he says no. Cage says that he is proud of Jungle Boy, and a year ago, Jungle Boy wasn't even speaking for himself, and that he's not here to fight or wrestle, but he wants to fix this. And he forgives Jungle Boy for everything that he said about him for over the past couple of weeks, and that he loves Jungle Boy, and that he wants them to start over again, and he wants to help Jungle Boy get championships. Jungle Boy immediately attacks Christian with a double leg sweep, double leg takedown. He starts going at Cage. Cage tries to escape, but every time he's just attacked by oh no, did we lose Dope? Oh goodness gracious. Oh boy. Oh. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just got a text message. All right. So Dope is without power right now, it looks like. So I will be finishing off the thing unless he can come back. So hold on 1 second, guys. Try and get this All right. So we will continue from where we stopped. Uh-oh. Good Lord. All right, Dope, you back?
Yeah, man. It started storming, and for whatever reason, I guess we're not used to storms anymore here in Texas, because anytime it does any type of lightning and shit, just electricity just goes off every time. It don't make no damn sense.
Okay. I was telling them, I was just like, all right, I'm about to finish the show. Just give me a second to get prepared. Jesus.
Say Rob said YouTube is up.
Yeah, they said your streams are still going, so.
Okay. We just finished talking about Billy Gunn, and what did you say next after that?
Okay. I went over everything that happened with Death Triangle and Jungle Boy and Christian.
Okay. All right.
All right. So yeah, and then to end the program, Jungle Boy just started beating Christian's head against the steel steps, and they had to carry Christian out.
Yeah.
FTR and Wardlow had a promo backstage where they reminded everybody that even though they were apart for a little while, they're still the Pinnacle. And Dax challenged Jay Lethal to a singles match on Dynamite next week. Fourth match, Kylan King going up against Tony Storm. This is a pretty solid matchup that we had. Tony Storm ended up picking up the dub. And after this, Tony Storm is celebrating in the ring, and we go to the back, and we see that Thunder Rosa's been watching, and she's smiling, looking at Tony Storm celebrate, but then that smile kind of turns into a cautious grin, I would say. Main event, La Facción Inguanables come out and they're waiting for their opponents. The Young Bucks come out and they have a list in their hands. Dope. They give the list to Justin Roberts, and he just starts going down accolades belonging to one man, and it is the cleaner, Kenny Omega. He is back. He comes out. He's with Don Callis and Michael Nakazawa. These guys are they have a great match. Throughout the match, Omega is seemingly just having a lot of ring rust. He's going through a lot of spots that he normally does. There was a part where he hits a Kataru Crusher, but ends up coming up a little bit. He goes for the move where he puts his opponents on his shoulders that you can't escape. But when he goes for the flip, he doesn't land on his legs. He just slips up. There was a part where he's going for a tag to Matt Jackson, but he overshoots the tag and ends up whipping his face against the middle rope. It was like a lot of small things that Omega was doing, which I thought was really dope. Just like he hasn't been in the ring for a long time. He was playing like the worst version of himself. There was a part in the match where Omega was seated on the top of the barricade, and they took the barricade and they outstretched it a lot, close to the ring. Andrade held up the top rope, the top rope in the ring, and Dragon Lee proceeded to launch himself for a tope suicida at Kenny Omega, and this looked insane. He has done this before, but this was crazy.
Just F the kids that was right there, because I'm coming anyway, basically.
Yeah. Omega got back in the ring. He ends up hitting like snap suplexes on snapdragon suplexes on everybody that's in the ring, just killing everyone. The end comes when Omega hits a V trigger onto Dragon Lee that just knocks him out, and he just has the roughest time getting Dragon Lee up for a one-winged angel, but he ends up doing it, and they get the pin. Their next opponents will be whoever wins Death Triangle and the Aussie Open next week. So I am hoping to Jesus that we see Ospreay and Omega in the ring together, because that would be a huge matchup. So, and that was Dynamite.
Ospreay's been talking noise. Ospreay been talking noise for a while. So.
And he tried using the one-winged angel on Okada to win the G1, but that was the one move that he'd never hit. So
yeah.
Yeah,
he did get unmasked at the end.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I forgot. Man. All right, so Dynamite. So, Omega pins Dragon Lee, and it's like 10:59, and with 30 seconds left on the show. So, the Elite Kenny Omega's still talking to Dragon Lee in the ring. Everybody's getting out of the ring. The Elite and them are going up the ramp. Andrade is holding up Dragon Lee. He's like taking off the back of his mask a little bit, and then he hits him with a hammerlock DDT, which makes his mask come off. And then, like, you see the Elite run back down to the ring, and you hear JR go, "Oh, we're out of time. We gotta go." I was just like, that didn't need to happen, in my opinion. But
they could have saved it for next week.
So, what did you think about the show as a whole?
It was a good show, man. A little overbooked, but that's been a theme. Like they're trying to get too much in a 2-hour show, which I understand. Like Tony is trying to get everybody on, but sometimes it just become a lot, man. Sometimes you just gotta let people breathe with stuff. I don't. This was weird to me because I don't know why, but let me explain it. Bryan Danielson and Danny Garcia match was fire, told a good story, but for some reason I just did not care about the match, and I can't figure out why. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that the fact that I just didn't care about the match. Maybe because I went into it knowing that Bryan was going to win most likely, or I don't know what it is. I can't like put my finger on it, but I hate that. That's what I felt because the match was good. They both did a great job, but for some reason, bro, I was just watching it and I was just like, all right. Like even with all the fire stuff that they did, and a great storytelling, but for some reason I just didn't care, man. Like I didn't, and I don't get it. I still don't get it to this day. I've been trying to figure it out since Wednesday. Like, hey, bro, yeah, we even went back and rewatched it. It was like, yo, this was fire. It wasn't a bad match. I just didn't care. And I'm a fan of both. Like I like Garcia and Danielson, so that is real weird to me that I did not care. So that's just me personally. One thing I noticed about the show. Billy Gunn, your boys just beat your ass. Why you? I mean, Acclaim makes the save. You're right back on your feet. And you smiling and doing your borderline DX chops again, but you're doing the scissors with with the Acclaim, bruh. If my boys turned on me, how old is Billy Gunn? 55.
He's almost 60, yeah.
So my boys grown now. If they're grown, all of a sudden they just hit me right in the face and jump me in front of thousands of people. I'm not gonna get up because some homies of mine came up and ran my boys off. I'm not gonna be happy and smiling and scissors me and all that. I didn't like that at all. And then the fact they went from that and rushed right into the next segment, like nothing just happened. Billy Gunn just got beat up by two of his boys, his own blood. And they went right backstage. The Kenny Omega return was fire. We talked about it. We said it last week. It had to be him. Like, who else was it going to be? But even still, with us knowing, I was still fired up for that just to see him back. My only thought is, I just hope he's 100%, or at least 80 to 85%. Because I feel like he came a little earlier than what they originally said, but he said like the little shoulders, and he had the shirt on because he got to get back in wrestling. He got to get back in Kenny Omega shape. He hasn't been able to really work out because of the injuries he had. So I just hope that he didn't come back too early and end up getting injured again. That's my only thought about really that. That was a fire match. Kenny and the Young Bucks are gonna do what they do. What else? The CM Punk and Moxley match being moved to next week. Why?
I don't know, but it's interesting. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because AEW doesn't typically book non-finishes. So I'm interested to see, and it doesn't seem like they have any backup plans. Like they could do MJF, but MJF with this little of a amount of time for build-up, I don't think would be a smart move. I'd save that for the main show. I'd save that for All Out for him to come back because that would be huge. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna. I feel like this is setting up something more so than we're gonna actually get a proper winner. But it'll be interesting to see because, like I said, AEW doesn't typically do non-finishes. So
yeah, so with that coming out to be next week, and then the CM Punk news coming out, I'm just like, that's very interesting to see what's gonna happen with that. Like, I'm gonna just throw out all the theories I saw on social media. I saw, hey, MJF is coming back. MJF is gonna attack CM Punk. They're gonna set up a match for All Out. Big rating pop, big pop in the arena for MJF and all that. I was like, okay, all right, maybe, because I know you talked about him coming back and attacking CM Punk. I don't know if it's gonna be him. I don't know how they're gonna do it if they do it. But if MJF does come back, it's gonna be a huge pop, no matter if it's on pay-per-view or regular show. But it's kind of risky though to do it in Chicago. That's how they feel about CM Punk. So it's kind of risky.
Even better. Even better.
Well, yeah, if you want to keep him here, so
yeah.
it is better. Yeah, so that would be.
That would
better.
I likened MJF to I likened this entire situation with MJF to Tony Khan having the key to a nuclear bomb, essentially.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is he's just waiting to turn that key and set this bomb off. And when he does, the wrestling world is gonna explode. Twitter's gonna be in a frenzy when MJF comes back on an episode of Dynamite. Or a AEW pay-per-view or a special or whatever. Grand Slam, whatever he decides to do it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, so
All Out's always in Chicago, Blizzard.
Yeah, there you go.
Tony Khan loves Chicago. Damn dunk.
I'm telling you, this shit crazy. Then another theory by IWC fans was, maybe CM Punk really did piss off Tony Khan, and Tony Khan is going to take the titles off for CM Punk next week and just give him to Moxley and then move on with a story for Moxley at All Out. So that was a theory I saw. Another one is Tony Khan is just doing that for a rating pop because they've been under 1 million. Apparently, I haven't been keeping up with it, but they've been under 1 million for the last 2 or 3 weeks or whatever.
But that doesn't make any sense. If they were doing it for a rating pop, then why wouldn't they just announce that Omega was coming back this week?
I think a lot of people already assumed Omega was coming back once they said somebody was coming. So, but those are the 3 theories.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 theories that I saw on Twitter from wrestling fans. I'm gonna bring this guy up. I even heard Bully Ray said, if they don't have a storyline for it, he's doing this for a cheap rating. So I was like, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. Everything is very curious and very interesting that they did this. I should say it's very interesting that they did this. But I'm glad Kenny is back. It's starting to pick up in the wrestling business. Everybody bringing their best. Everybody coming back. It's about to get real crazy out here, and I love it, man. Everybody is turning it up a notch because everybody is bringing fire right now. Even Impact Wrestling is bringing fire. Apparently, I thought I caught up with Impact Wrestling this week, and apparently I'm still an episode late, so I can't even talk about it today like I thought I was going to be able to. So, fire show, man. It was a good show, as always. AEW's always putting on a good show. Really nothing to complain about. Besides how they move from segment to segment, and then Billy Gunn being right back on his feet, happy and celebrating with the crowd. Your boys just beat your ass. Other than that, it was cool. You got anything else on it?
Just my thoughts. I thought that stuff at the beginning was very interesting with Punk. I thought these promos between these two was really, really good. I really liked that entire interaction with them. The stuff with Adam Page had me confused until we heard more about it throughout the week. I think a lot of people are kind of overblowing this situation to some degree. If Tony Khan was really that upset by this situation, there wouldn't be so many Punk appreciation posts. Punk about him returning to wrestling, literally like an anniversary post of him returning to wrestling on Rampage. They did a whole segment about it on Rampage this week. They had merchandise going out about it this week. Like, they wouldn't have done any of that if that was the case. So I don't think any of that is true. Punk also is making these guys like a lot of money. I think this is just and Tony Khan really isn't beyond talking to these people, trying to have something settled, and turning this into a work shoot. We've seen it happen with MJF already. So people need to consider that too. Tony Khan will do that because that's best for business, honestly. Those are the most intriguing stories, the one with a lot of reality already injected into it. So I could see I could see CM Punk and Hangman Page revisiting this title match soon in a rematch scenario with that happening. So
he never got his rematch. That's the thing.
there you go. I thought that the 2 out of 3 falls match I thought was freaking tremendous. I loved that whole thing. Daniel Garcia has just been his run in 2022 has been interesting. Because now it seems like he's this whole story of him now pardon the pun, wrestling with his himself, his 2 parts of himself, of wanting to be a sports entertainer and work with the guy that literally saved his career and saved his dream in Jericho, and working with his mentor, his person that he looked up to become a wrestler in Danielson. I think that's an amazing story, and all it took was these couple of fights with Danielson to bring that out in him, because now he doesn't know what he wants to do. So I'm really excited to see where this story with Garcia is going to be going. I think it's gonna. The next week I really want to see what that promo is, because I didn't get to it, but Danielson basically told him that he has a week to decide what they're gonna do. That they're gonna get in the ring next week, and that Garcia is gonna have to tell him what he wants. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. But the match itself was a masterclass in technical wrestling, and I love that shit. So that was fucking great. Going back to the first segment, so I liked everything that they did there. I liked the pull apart at the end of it. I thought that was okay. Did not like the second pull apart. I thought we could have been without that, and it would have saved some time for something else on the show. I just didn't like that they came out and pretty much didn't get anything achieved. I thought that was just kind of a waste of time. Billy Gunn, Lizard brought up the fact that Billy Gunn had been telling his sons that he wishes that he was still with the Acclaimed and that he missed them. So from that standpoint, it does make sense. But I mean, this is his family. This is his blood. Why the hell is he just automatically like, oh yeah, no, screw them. Yeah, whatever, fine. This is okay for me. It didn't make any sense. And Kenny Omega just really, man, it was fantastic seeing him back in the ring. I don't think he'll ever be back to 100%, but with the things that he was doing in that match, it was really great. Like, he was really playing that part and doing a lot of small things where you really were like biting on the fact where it's just like, did he really come back too early? Did he really come back too soon? Just like a lot of small mistakes and a lot of things. Coming down to the ring and even wearing what he was wearing made you think maybe he shouldn't be here right now. And that's the story that we're going with right now, too. It's that the Young Bucks initially wanted Hangman as a partner, and they were so sure that Hangman was going to say yes, and then Hangman turned him down. That left them with only one other option, and that was Kenny Omega. Did they call him back too soon? So I'm very interested to see where this is going, because now that they got past this obstacle, they're going to have to go through one of the best wrestlers, the best wrestler in the world right now, and that's Will Ospreay and the Aussie Open. So I'm very interested. Next week is going to be great. AEW blew it out of the water this week. So
there you go. If they do end up setting up Adam Page and CM Punk again, I wonder if CM Punk is going to actually lose. I don't think CM Punk is going to lose in the rematch. He apparently said he was not going to ever lose a match to Hangman. Kind of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels like, where Bret didn't want to drop the title to Shawn Michaels because he felt disrespected by him. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't read too much into it. I just take it for what it is, face value. There's people online burning CM Punk shirts.
I saw
like,
that.
fool,
That was hilarious to me. It's like,
yeah,
wouldn't be
dude,
me. Hell no. I'm not wasting money like that. Hell no.
Like, that don't mean nothing to CM Punk. He already got your money, you idiot. And you sitting there burning the shirt. Now you just gave up money and you ain't got no shirt.
Yep.
So what if you start liking CM Punk again? You got to spend more money and give him more money so you can get another shirt, dumbass. It's stupid. Like,
Ridiculous.
good Lord, man.
Ridiculous.
Like, fans are crazy. It's people online. I'm not gonna do that today.
You said I think Khan is feeding on all this talk about Backstage and using it. I think you will.
Yeah, he might as well.
Yeah. You said that's Shirley. That was Shirley storytelling, and I'm loving it. Yeah. Max said Punk being Punk. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Now, if he really is out here politicking in the back, threatening to quit and all that, you know what? I'm gonna have some words to say about CM Punk if that's really true. All that stuff that they're saying. But who knows? Who knows? This wouldn't be the first time I heard something like that. Even the coach, Jonathan Coachman, tweeted, "Oh, CM Punk threatened to walk out on the company before." You know, I've heard that before. Like, he's taking shots at him. He ain't even been in the wrestling business in years, and he's taking shots. So hey, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I'm gonna just take it for face value. But if stuff does come out that Punk is being difficult backstage, being a diva because of a promo, then yeah, I'm gonna have different thoughts about Punk, and I'm gonna have some words to say about CM Punk on whatever episode we do. But moving right along, shout out to AEW Dynamite. We are now down to Smackdown. Make sure I ain't missed no comments. Ty said, I guarantee is a work. See, that's another thing. Like, wrestling fans think everything is a work because they don't want to be worked. Sometimes people really do be mad at each other and they just find a way to make money off of it. Matt Hardy and Edge. They really hated each other and they made money off of it though. So
if anybody that hasn't seen it, you should go find the Bite This episode that they did for WWE where Lita was with Todd Grisham, I think his name was. And Matt Hardy called in. Oh my Lord, that was hilarious. Oh man.
He said, "Who wins, Pox?" I said Pox. Punk or Mox? Probably. Yeah.
Punk. Yeah. Punk hasn't had a run with it, so SmackDown was good.
It would be his first title defense. SmackDown was good, says Alice. Do you think we see MJF? We kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at y'all. I got one jumping ahead. I got one jumping backwards. See this? Let's get into SmackDown. Starting off, they were in Canada. Ronda Rousey. They start the show. You got Michael Cole and Pat McAfee doing their thing, doing the intro. You just see a black jacket, leather jacket, and black tights walking right in front of them. It's Ronda Rousey. Crowd is going crazy, which I laugh every time I hear it now. It's just funny to me when she was faced. Did nobody want to cheer for her ass. Now that she's heel again, everybody's cheering for her ass. Just kind of like, Roman all over again. So she comes out. She's talking to her. She refused to leave the ring. Long story short, she got arrested. People talk about, it's like Stone Cold. Shut that shit up. No, it's not. Not even close.
What? What?
Not even close. Oh, people was like, I'm getting Stone Cold vibes here. No. So apparently she's still face. No, she's not a face. The crowd is just cheering her. She's not a face. She probably should be a face considering she got screwed twice. But she's not a face. Moving right along. Toxic Attraction replaced Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons. Shawn Michaels announced it because, he said Zoe Stark is hurt, which hopefully that's not true, but I don't think she is. I think it's a storyline. And Nikita Lyons, which is the reason why they wasn't there, they said she was also injured as well.
I was going to say, they said something along the lines of Nikita Lyons was medically unavailable, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, long story short, she didn't get vaccinated. Canada don't play that. That's why they wasn't over there. Let's just call it what it is. No need to try to put a spin through it. That's just what it was. So Toxic Attraction, who should have been in the tournament anyway from jump. We said this last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. They come in. They defeat Natalya and Sonya Deville. They move on. So now they will be facing Raquel and Aaliyah, of all people. And Toxic Attraction better win that damn match next week. Or this week, I should say, coming up. Raquel and Aaliyah beat Toxic Attraction? No, that should not happen.
I think that might happen. I don't think they'll have. That would be an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one. I don't think it's as conclusive as you might think. That's up in the air. They might have him go over. They've been making Raquel very straight. They've been pushing Raquel very strongly. Just because she's on the team alone, I feel like she might go over.
It's really a handicap match because Aaliyah ain't worth 2 dimes. She ain't worth 2 dead flies. Her and Dom should be a mixed tag team. Get their ass kicked every week. Just saying. Just saying. We go back to the ring. Maximum male models are in the ring, and they get interrupted by Hit. They get interrupted by Hit Row, and not only that, it turns into a full-blown concert in Canada. And look, they was spitting bars. The hook was fired. The beat was fired. I didn't like Brandy's verse because she was kind of offbeat. You know, she didn't have no headphones in and all that. I didn't like her flow. Top Dollar killed it with his flow. But you're in Canada on a wrestling show for the first time in Canada, and I don't know how long. I don't think that was the best idea to do a rap concert in the middle
you ain't
of the
Drake.
ring in Canada. Yeah, like
you ain't Drake. Get out of here.
Yeah, those Canadians. Yeah, they were just kind of like, okay, yeah, good job, I guess. That's how it was. Fatal 5-way match. I'm sorry, let's go backstage. Roman Reigns actually wants to talk to Sami Zayn for once. And they had a very interesting conversation. Let me see if I can actually pull that up.
This was the second best part of the show.
Let me see. I'm over here with hiccups now, nose stopped up, boy. Eyes itching. I'm just dying over here today. just dying over here today. Let me see if I can get that pulled up without them. You know what? I can't. Because last week, the highlights that I played on the show, even though they were quiet, AEW didn't even say nothing. It was WWE. Oh, copyright. We got to remove your video. Remove this. WWE was on me last week. So
shoot.
That just reminded me I will not be bringing up that segment. Just go watch it on YouTube or something. It was crazy. AEW was perfectly fine. Nothing from AEW. No emails. Everything was WWE. I was like, since when did they switch like this? Like, I didn't like that at all. But Sami Zayn gets backstage. The Usos are not there. They had issues at the border. Real life issue is they got DUIs. They can't get across. They can't go to Canada. That's just what it is. Again, just like with Nikita Lyons, no need to sugarcoat. Let's just tell you what it is. No need to put a spin on it. But Sami he's just like happy. He's ecstatic. Big ovation from the crowd backstage. And Roman is happy to see him. Roman is not happy that the Usos are not there. Sami's like, well, I'm here. And Roman's like, yeah, you are here. That's a good thing. Sami, yeah, that's a good thing. And Jay is just always yelling at me. He's yelling all the time. Hey, Oos, you not pulling your weight, Oos, and all that. And they just, bro, it's a fun segment. It's a funny segment between the two. Go watch it. It was pure gold. I love them two together. Hope to see more. And Roman told Sami, hey, you got this Fatal 5-Way coming up. This IC title will look good in the bloodline. Sami's motivated to go out. Fatal 5-Way start. Sami gets this huge pop from the crowd. He come out strutting, takes on Sheamus, Ricochet, Madcap Moss, and Happy Corbin. Very entertaining match that was won by Sheamus at the end of the day. So now we got Sheamus versus Gunther, ladies and gentlemen. That's about to be in the UK. In the UK, we got Sheamus versus Gunther in the UK. About to be a crazy hard-hitting match. for the IC title. Viking Raiders give out this new promo video package, aka New Day Funeral. They had a lady that looked to be sort of like Sarah Logan.
That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. He said got the soul left his body when he stop. Rob, get out of here. Yeah, listen, Sammy did get his ass beat the whole match, which was funny. So we agree that you think that the lady is Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
that's what I was thinking, at least. That's what I was literally talking to Ern when I was watching that, and I was just like, I thought they were gonna show her face, and I was just like, oh, it's Sarah Logan.
I mean, she is married to one of them, right?
Yeah, she's married to the bald one.
Was it Eric? Eric,
Yeah.
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 So, moving on, Liv Morgan, who somehow all she need is the tape on her shoulder this week after being in a big ass brace the last 2 weeks, and Shayna Baszler, which I forgot to mention last week. I think you mentioned it though. She did the move where she stumped her arm, which normally puts women out for weeks, and she
was wearing a brace when she had that done to her. So how did she go backwards? How did she get? It's like she got healed when that happened or something. I don't understand.
Like, it's even more.
It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
The fact that she got the bulldog off after that, and
Golly,
that
bro.
same stump has put everybody out. Yeah, whatever, man.
This game is
Liv just built different.
I mean, this
All right.
this match so far, I'm not invested. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, Liv Morgan defeats Shotzi. She's attacked later on by Shayna Baszler. She went for the arm stump again. Let her know, hey, look, I can break your arm if I want to. It should have been broke last week when you did it, when you actually did it. But instead, this time, she kicked her right in the face and landed that kick flush. Liv went down. Shayna finally got over in the storyline. So let's just see what happens. Whatever, man. Speaking of Shotzi did say on Twitter, I guess she's accusing Liv Morgan of getting Ruby fired.
That's what Max just said in my chat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, and then she deleted her Twitter. What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
Okay, I thought you may have do something.
I don't know, man. What this is? It's a bunch of he says, she says. I should say she said, she said.
Why? Yeah, but why?
Bull crap, bro.
But why was she? Anyway, we're not even gonna go there. Let's keep it moving. Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, they do their same old usual, talking to each other. It leads into a brawl. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this sequence between them two after a promo where they brawl. Roman throws right hand. He throws his first right hand. He nails right hands. Then Drew starts throwing right hands. Back Roman up to the corner. Belly to belly over the head. Suplex. And then you either do the Claymore or the Usos run in or somebody run in. I've seen that sequence so many times between those two. I called it out as it was happening. Telling Mrs. Dope. Right hand. Now Roman's about to get backed up to the corner. And she was just like, how you know? I said, I've seen it. They do it every time they got into it at live events. The last time they got into it on Smackdown, they did the exact same move sequence. A couple of years ago. Well, ever since Drew been face, I'm sorry. It's been the exact same move sequence. Survivor Series built up. When they fought, it was the exact same move sequence. And I was like, all right, if you're going to brawl, guys, do a move different. Start the brawl off different way. Don't do the same thing that you've been doing. But that's what it was. Sami Zayn comes in and take a Claymore for Roman. Sami has been getting his ass just kicked. Sami is just taking Claymores left and right, and it's kind of funny to me. But hopefully, man, I don't know what they're gonna do with Sami. But yeah, that's how it ended. Drew and Roman brawling. Sami take a Claymore kick. Roman gets taken down too. Drew finally stands over the top and finally ends the show with him on his feet for once. So that's SmackDown for you. What you got?
I was not a huge fan of this episode of SmackDown.
Three matches.
Yeah, Ronda getting Ronda made me laugh so hard at the beginning of this because I thought this whole thing was cringy as hell, and then I thought it was hilarious. So at the beginning of it, when they were sending the security guards in, the crowd was chanting for Montreal. First of all, the superstar of the week should be this Montreal crowd because they were fantastic. Oh my God, they were. This was the best WWE crowd I've heard in probably since that the first episode back from. Were that in Houston?
Yep.
Oh wow, yeah. So probably since that one, because man, it was insane. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious because when they sent the security guards in after Ronda, the whole crowd was chanting for Ronda to break their arms, and then when Ronda was going up to Pierce, the two officers got in front, and the crowd was still chanting for her to break the officer's arms. I was like, Canada's crazy. What the? Oh shoot. But yeah. The stuff with Roman and Sammy, I really liked that. I thought that was so funny, and Sammy got a enormous pop when he came out for his match. This guy was the hometown hero. Like, this guy, oh my Lord, he was Jesus Christ resurrected in this place. Golly, it was amazing.
Bruh, imagine Edge and KO when they come out Monday.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Edge in Canada? Oh my God. That's gonna be nuts. Oh my Lord. And Kevin Owens, yeah. But
Listen, hold on, I'm sorry. Listen, Houston was trash just a couple weeks ago. Last year, when they came back, that was in Houston.
Yeah, I'm talking about the first show back.
From COVID, yeah.
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I wasn't a huge fan of the Toxic Attraction match with Natalya and Sonya Deville. I just thought that was an okay matchup. So we'll see if their second match on the main roster can be better.
It's not Toxic Attraction's fault. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hit row. What is it called? The Hit Row stuff was weird. I thought that was real weird. I think 2 weeks in, you shouldn't be trying something like this. I think this should have been built up more. I don't think on the second week that you have Hit Row, you just go right into a rap like that. You really need to build them up. But
right.
The Eric and Ivar stuff with the New Day funeral, I really seeing Sarah Logan. I'm gonna keep calling her that because I'm 100% positive that it's her. Because I thought it was Sarah Logan, so seeing her again was cool. But I just didn't like that they're still focused on the New Day. Like, I want this to be over. I really hate this. And that
especially when
go ahead.
2 of the 3 of them are like out.
Yeah, it's just Kofi.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated all this stuff with Liv Morgan. I hated how Shayna Baszler came down to the ring after the match and was just like, I could break your arm right now if I wanted to, but I want to make sure that you make it to Cardiff. I want to have the match in Cardiff. I'm like, bro, what? It's like, how about you hurt her more so that the match is even more in your favor? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. I didn't like that at all. I just hated it. This program is just trash to me. The Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre stuff, it's getting tired for me. I'm not gonna comment on it. And the best thing on this entire show was that 5-way. That was awesome. That was really dope. It's probably because of the atmosphere. It wouldn't have made any sense for Zayn to win right now, but because of this atmosphere, I really wanted Zayn to win.
I definitely wanted him to win too, for more reasons than that.
Yeah, and but Sheamus winning, this match is gonna be super, super, super stiff and fantastic. So I'm very excited for Sheamus and Gunther. So Walter, excuse me, I messed up. That was my bad, guys. Never happen again.
I did it too early, and I noticed it too. I was like, oh, it's too late. I already said it.
Oh, Max said, yeah, and remember, Trish is coming back on Monday too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about Trish. So yeah, that'll be enough. Yeah, Monday's gonna be a crazy show.
Raw's gonna be good. Yeah. I can't believe it feels weird saying that, but Raw's gonna be good. AK in the building. I forgot to shout you out. What up, AK? Welcome.
Oh,
man.
What's up, AK? How you doing, man?
He said he went to the House of Black show in Canada. He said it was fire.
Nice.
So yeah. SmackDown was weird because it was an entertaining show with the crowd, and then with Sammy basically carried that show. Like
The
with
whole
the backstage segments and everything. He was the star of the show. Might be the superstar of the week for me just because he carried the show. But it was only 3 matches. And
Boggs, how you doing, man?
no, like now if it was Vince McMahon SmackDown with 3 matches, we'll be on here killing it. But the 3 matches that was there Friday, like I said, maybe it was the crowd, maybe because that Fatal 5-Way was long as hell. It was a long match.
It was a long match, yeah.
But only 3 matches, man. I don't like that part of it, but it was cool. Yeah, it was only 3 matches, dude. But SmackDown was a pretty good show. Even with that, like I said, we both agreed the rap segment shouldn't have happened for multiple reasons. Even though they were spitting fire, it shouldn't have happened. It was in Canada.
It was a fine. Like I was listening to it and I was bobbing my head. I was like, "This is dope," but I was just like, "This is just not like the right place or time for it."
Second week back, in Canada, them people trust me. Canadians don't care about rap like that. I understand they got Drake. They don't care about rap like that. Like, yeah. So that's SmackDown, man. Let's get to Rampage and keep it moving. I got something we talked about already, I think, but I think I found a clip of something, so we'll bring it up after Rampage to end the show.
Alrighty, so let's get to Rampage. So we started off with Swerve in Our Glory defending the titles against Private Party. This was a relatively quick match with Swerve in Our Glory retaining the titles after they hit the JML driver. After Swerve hit the JML driver for the pin. After this match, QT Marshall was seen in the back playing cards with the rest of the factory. Powerhouse Hobbs comes in, flips the table, and QT says that they would take care of Starks Hobbs said that QT would take care of Starks and they didn't, but they will. So up next we have the FTW World Title match with Hook and Zach Clayton. Now, Dope, do you still not know who this man is? Because
Nope.
Okay, so, and this was totally on accident, but I was on Twitter this week, and I came across an interview with Zach Clayton, and I found out who this man was. Apparently, Zach Clayton is the husband of JWoww from the Jersey Shore. That is why he calls himself the reality check of wrestling. And that's why he's from New Jersey. So that's what I found out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yay.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Hook squashes. Hook beats him in like 30 seconds. So
9. It was 9. 9 seconds. He didn't even take a bump.
Nope.
Choked the man out.
Yeah. You can see the image right on my screen. He goes for a clothesline, gets the red rum, it's over. Next match, Buddy Matthews with Julia Hart goes against Serpentico. Buddy Matthews wins in a squash match. After the match, Miro comes down and he's carrying Malachi Black's mask that he just throws onto the ground. Matthews goes after Miro, but Miro tosses him into the steel steps. These two fight each other until Miro is able to get him with a huge super kick, and he just yells at him and asks him where the pagans are. Yeah, I'm excited to see Miro and Malachi go at it. That'll be a really dope match. Up next, Hayter, Britt Baker, and Rebel are in the back with Lexi Nair. Rebel ushers Nair away, and Baker says they don't have anything to do at the pay-per-view, but hang out and watch Thunderstorm implode. Penelope Ford versus Athena in the next match. Athena gets the win, and after the match, the baddies come out and attack Athena. Then at the top of the entrance ramp, Jade Cargill is with Stokely Hathaway, and Jade Cargill has a sledgehammer, and she takes it, and they have Athena's wings, homemade wings that she made that move and stuff, and they just destroy them. Then then Jade comes down to the ring and attacks Athena with the sledgehammer to end the segment. I think this is the first sledgehammer segment that we've had since probably Cody using it in
it is
Double or Nothing. So yeah,
it is.
The final thing that we had was the trios tournament semifinal matchup with the Best Friends going up against the Trustbusters, and Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends ended up winning after the Best Friends after Chuck Taylor and Trent held Orange Cassidy up on their shoulders, and he just jumped off them onto who was it? Daivari for a splash for the 1-2-3. And they are moving on in the tournament. Thoughts on Rampage?
Just another show. Best thing I like was seeing Athena and Jade Cargill on screen.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Whew.
Yeah, my electricity didn't go out this time. This was just straight. This is strictly melon this time.
Oh Jesus! I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean it's still storming. It's still storming over here, but
Oh
yeah,
boy.
nothing went off. This was strictly melon this time. So okay, that's crazy, but okay. Typical show. It was the regular show. Only thing I really
Thanks, Max. Max said, "I'll get ready in the bullpen, Coach."
Hey, I'm saying, let me put the link in the chat again, just in case I disappear. Somebody need to come join the show until I come back,
Shoot.
because I don't know what's going on. Like I said, that time it wasn't the storm; that was all melon. But the link is in the chat. But regular show, nothing stood out for me outside of Athena and Jade. I can watch Athena wrestle every day, honestly, bro. I've been a huge fan of her. She's from Dallas, where I'm from, so I got a homer vibe with her as well. It's just, I love watching a woman wrestle, man. So, yeah, that's all I care about.
I
Other than
think the music is off, I think.
that's fine. It's about to come back on in a minute.
All right.
But, see, there you go. Other than that, I didn't really care for it. I'm mad the reality star didn't take at least one bump. I don't mind a squash match. That's what's supposed to happen with Hook. But take a bump. You talk all this shit. Take at least one bump. Take a drop kick, something, a suplex, and then get choked out. Didn't even do that. He just walked right into the chokehold. That was it.
That is it.
So,
yeah, I don't have
Rampage.
much. I don't have much else to add. Yeah, it was just a show.
Yeah. So
This was because there was already so much other shit on there, so it was just something to watch.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. Melon's been acting up today.
Dude, I can't even find a budget cut background.
Oh shoot.
Dude.
You are
I don't know what's going on.
This program is testing Dope's patience today, guys.
It really is, bro. I'm like, I'm getting real mad right now. Like, oh, this is pissing me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have no idea what it. Let's see if this is it. That's basketball. Goddamn. That ain't it. So,
oh shoot.
that shit is crazy. That is crazy. Hold on, man. Let me get some of this stuff off. But that is the week. Before we get to our segment, the last segment, let's go ahead and do show of the week and superstar of the week. Before we get into the little bonus stuff.
All right. Hey, there we go.
There we go. Shit is ridiculous.
Oh shoot.
Who you got?
Oh boy. Oh man. So for my match of the week, I'm gonna give it to Okada and Ospreay, the G1 finals, because that match was magnificent. It wasn't the result that I wanted, but I did go back and watch it a second time, and the match was really, really good. So I think that's undeniable that this match was fantastic, and I'm gonna give it to them because they put on a hell of a show. My superstar of the week, I'm gonna give that to Daniel Garcia for putting on a hell of a performance in that 2 out of 3 falls match against Bryan Danielson. He did a really, really solid job, and I think we're gonna see him have a come up this year. It looks like starting after All Out, I think we're gonna see a really great turn for him, and I want to see where that's gonna go. I hope he joins the Blackpool Combat Club. It's definitely
that's who he wanted.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming, so I hope that that's the direction that this is going in. And my show of the week, I think I'm going to. Oh Lord, I think I'm gonna give it. Oh Lord, hold on now, because I need to. This is when it's coming down to 2 promotions right now.
You remember this background? Before we got a logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we came a long way, ladies and gentlemen. We was trying to make it something out of nothing here.
I think I'm going to still give my show of the week, and this is going to be like the 3rd or 2nd week consecutive that I'm going to give it to Stardom. This time I'm going to give it to their 7th day of the 5-star Grand Prix. Just has a lot to do with the fact that it's just most of their shows, it's just bangers consecutively. Just a lot of their matches is just nonstop good match after good match after good match after good match. And AEW had a really good show this week, but there were still some things that like you had Billy Gunn doing his shenanigans. You had that second run in with Moxley and Punk. So it was a great show, but there was still a few things, whereas the Stardom show was just like top down. I really loved watching all these matches together. So I think I'm going to have to give it to the 5-star Grand Prix in the 7th day. So
Tony wants to talk about how bad Rampage has been the past few weeks. Tony, you want to get on the show, or you trying to chat? Because we just went over Rampage. It was just another show. I said it last week. They need to start picking it up again, because now it's starting to feel like a show that doesn't feel important for me to watch. And it's like only reason I'm watching it now is because the podcast. So we kind of talked about it last week. But if you want to hop on the show, let me know. That, because I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Push ass was supposed to be on here Monday for Monday, because he was at the show. Push is nowhere to be found, by the way.
Boggs, you said how the 5-star is going. The 5-star has been really great so far. If anybody wants to see any of the shows from the 5-star, I'm leaving these shows up. So you can go to my earlier streams and you can catch those right now. So
yeah, but show of the week. Did you say your match of the week?
Yeah, my match of the week was Okada and Ospreay.
All right. Nah, you good, Tony. You always got the invite. But yes, it has just been a regular. It's just been a regular show. It's probably the worst show of the week now, actually, which is crazy saying that about an AEW show, but it's the worst show of the week now, because Impact is better than Rampage as well. So,
if we actually watched Impact, then I feel like we would both be saying that it was probably the best show of the week, like stateside. Their lineup this week was insane. I just didn't get to it in time. They had a 6-man. I was telling you before, they had a 6-man with like Eddie Edwards, Moose, all these Bandito, what's his name? Callahan, all these guys in a 6-man elimination match for the main event at Bound for Glory. Like, they're killing it. Chris Bay and Speedball Mike Bailey in a X Division match. It was like, these guys are killing it every week.
Yeah, Speedball has definitely been the MVP for that promotion with this X Division title defense. That he's going everywhere and he's fighting every week, man. Again, I thought I caught up with Impact, but apparently I'm still a week behind. But the last time I watched it live, and came on the show. I gave it my show of the week because it was the best show of the week. So, yeah, I'm always either gone or doing something else on Thursdays. Doug has his E-Fed on Thursdays, and he's doing other stuff as well. So, I mean, yeah, Impact is just that. And then it's on YouTube and Access. So, a lot of people don't have access. I have it, and I keep telling myself, I keep getting mad that I keep forgetting to record New Japan because it comes on right before and right after Impact, and I just keep forgetting to set my DVR for it. And I'm like, I just found out FinJuice wasn't together no more, and I was pissed today. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, when did this happen, man? Like, I'm so behind right now, dog.
Oh my god! You know the Juice Robinson's in the Bullet Club, right?
I know that,
Okay.
but
Well, okay.
I thought they were still like, I don't know, bro. I'm so lost and behind now with New Japan, and I actually have the freaking channel that it comes on because it comes on the same channel as him, and I just, bruh, I'm doing a bad job.
Tony, yeah, that means Okada. Yeah, since Okada won the G1, that means that he gets a title shot at Wrestle Kingdom in the main event for the IWGP World Championship. So,
yeah, so I'm struggling with show of the week, man, because I kind of want to give it to NXT just for the Carmelo match alone. Carmelo and Giovanni. That's my match of the week, by the way. Let's just leave it at that. That's the match of the week. Giovanni and Carmelo for me. Then you had a couple of UK people come over, but AEW was just fire too, man. It's just a little bit of the overbooking. It's like I'm trying to decide, is the overbooking gonna be enough to take me away from AEW? I didn't care for the main event, Braun Breaker and JD. So I'm gonna give it to AEW Dynamite. Dynamite show of the week, Superstar of the week, Carmelo Hayes, man, because he's been showing you. I'm gonna give it to two people actually. Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn, even though Sami lost his match. Sami carried SmackDown single-handedly. He was the star. So there you go, showing Vince that he can carry a show if they put him on TV. And Carmelo Hayes just showed you he's the guy in NXT. Like Dark said, he should be the main champion. So there you go. Let me ask you this. We kind of talked about this before, but I'm gonna bring it up again because I came across something yesterday that was funny. Factions, your top 5 factions of all time. What do you have an order for that?
I don't have an order.
So I feel like we kind of talked about this doing a game of choosing one day, but it's been a while. So,
man, I don't know. I haven't thought about this. I'd have to think about it.
All right, so I'm gonna give you 5 teams, and I'm gonna see where you rank them. Bullet Club, DX, NWO, Horseman, Nation. Out of those 5, what's your rankings for each one of them?
You said Nation, DX.
Nate, NWO, Bullet Club, Horseman, 4 Horsemen.
I would place DX last and Nation right behind them. Or yeah, so DX would be 5th and Nation would be 4th. So that leaves NWO,
Bullet Club, and 4 Horsemen.
I'm gonna put 4 Horsemen 3rd. I'm gonna put NWO 2nd and Bullet Club 1st.
All right. So
just because of what what is it called? Because I like everything that the Bullet Club got a lot of that stuff from NWO. So I mean, NWO technically should be 1st, But I
Yeah.
feel like Bullet Club has been more successful for much longer than NWO has. NWO they got ridiculous near the end of their run. Especially when they were getting into NWO black and white versus red and black and all that nonsense. Yeah. Bullet Club has had a solid run of different competitors in there, from Taiji Ishimori to Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, El Phantasmo, like all these people that are in this group that are just different types of faceted members that you have in here that are just great wrestlers in here that are getting championships from all over the place. So, and have built a company. So,
All right, let's see. I got this up. Let's see what we get.
When you talk about bringing the cool back to pro wrestling, I think the Bullet Club did that. Bringing the cool back to pro wrestling, I think the Bullet Club did.
Hold on, I'm a little
And
ahead.
then you know what?
I'm a little ahead.
Coming
Let me
out-
go back.
List. But I think I really do have the top 5 greatest pro wrestling factions of all time. And we start with number 5.
This is from Dave McGregor.
Now, if you look at
This
the
led to
Nation
an
of
argument. That's why I'm
Domination,
playing it.
and with a couple of the factions that we're going to talk about on this list, not together for a long time. And Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, I think 4 Hall of Famers coming out of the Nation of Domination, and at number 5, I think an overlooked faction.
Should
when
be
you look at,
5. D-Lo should be in there.
and then you know what? Then you might have to throw out 6 possibly, because I think you would agree Owen Hart should be a part of the Hall of Fame as well. So
Maybe not as a nation member. Owen Hart should be in there and stand alone.
Oh,
Correct.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. But you look at The Godfather, you look at Farouk, you look at Mark Henry, you look at The Rock. A lot of Hall of Famers a part of the Nation of Domination, and that is my number 5 on my top 5 greatest factions of
Thank
all
you,
time.
Dave.
At number 4, a more recent faction in the world of pro wrestling.
Bullet Club for life.
When you talk about bringing the cool back to pro wrestling, I think the Bullet Club did that in a big way just around 4 or 5 years ago. And you look at a Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, you look at AJ Styles, you look at Gallows and Anderson, you look at Kenny Omega, you go all through the line of some of the people that were in and out of the Bullet Club. Even the Bullet Club right now in this new incarnation, I mean, yes, in New Japan, it brought New Japan really to some kind of relevance here in the States, and their shirts were being sold at Hot Topic, for crying out loud. So I think they've done a lot, especially in this new era of pro wrestling. And who knows? I mean, this is kind of going a little deep. I mean, who knows if we would even have an AEW if it wasn't for the Bullet Club. Go ahead, Mark.
The shirt is so cool. I saw a guy, and I was like, oh, wrestling fan, huh? Who's your favorite? Meaning the guy had a Bullet Club shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know, I just bought the shirt. I just like the shirt. He
There
didn't
you
watch
go.
wrestling.
And that's something we'll probably talk about with Road Dogg when it comes to DX later on in the show. And speaking of DX, my number 3.
Above the Bullet Club.
Oh, whatever. Already, Bully's giving me the thumb. No, number 3. Not number 2. Not number 1. Not number 2. But number 3, DX. And I
DX
already...
at 3.
Yes.
Your rankings already suck.
I love when you tell me something sucks and then you take off your glasses and you throw them down. It's such a classic Bully Ray move.
You know what I'm going to do?
It's like,
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna do-
like my mom. When my mom got mad,
just did it
whatever's in
again.
her hand, she threw that shit. If she had a pen,
DX at 3. Because I already know who you're putting at 1.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
That's a
everybody knows
no-brainer
who's
with you.
one.
And
Everybody
your
already
number
knows
2 should never be number 2. It should be number 3.
No. No, 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 no. DX at number 3.
DX at 3 is such a bad call. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going with this abortion of a power.
First
rankings.
of all, by the way, Boldy, you would have DX at number 2, correct?
Nope.
You would have him at number 1?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! You talk about chasing the hug, knowing that Road Dogg is going to join us. In
The
5
last
minutes. You're
hug.
chasing the hug.
The
How
last
many DX
hug
is
I
number
need. I don't
one?
chase hugs. You guys know that.
Oh,
Bully.
yeah, all you got to do is watch
Bully.
the Flair roast.
You're gonna put
Putting over a guy who almost died. Yeah, that's chasing a hug.
DX above number 1 of everybody in the world's number 1. You the only person that would put DX above.
Well, let's get to
Come on.
the other one.
What? The Horsemen?
No, wait,
the
hold
Horsemen
on.
were
Don't give it
overrated.
away. Don't fuck that. Oh my
The
God.
Four Horsemen
Oh my
were
God.
overrated.
Out of respect, after that word fuck, I didn't say you. Out of respect. Because if that was anybody else, that would have been an FU. But I said F
Four
that
Horsemen
out
were
of respect.
because there were many, many incarnations of the Four Horsemen.
There was 2 incarnations of DX,
No, there
and they
was
were around
not.
for 2 years.
No, there was not.
Oh
There
my
were
God,
many
you're
incarnations of
insane.
the Four Horsemen.
You're still drunk from the weekend.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Well, I
Yes, you are.
was in Waukesha, Wisconsin. You can only get so drunk hanging out with Frankie DeFalco.
Oh, you were with Frankie DeFalco? Then I know you were drunk because that's the only way you can hang out with Frankie DeFalco is if you're
Whoa!
drunk. All right,
Are you calling Frankie DeFalco a drunken jobber?
No, I didn't call. You called him a drunken jobber.
Yo,
I didn't
you
say
said
that.
you were okay,
I didn't
Spider.
say that. You said that.
They just agreed with you.
I didn't agree with them either. I said you have to be drunk to hang out with Frankie DeFalco. All right, at number.
Continue.
All right, here's my number 2. NWO at number 2. They changed the game. I'm telling you right now, boy, you can shake your head all you want. You can throw off your glasses all you want. If it wasn't for the NWO, you wouldn't have seen WCW dominate as long as they did in the ratings if it wasn't for the NWO. To this day, I don't care if it's in Hawthorne, New Jersey, if it's in Klondike, Wisconsin, Alaska, California. I don't care what pro wrestling show you go to. You are going to see an NWO shirt at that show.
Now, do you mean Hall, Nash, Hogan NWO, or the 80 other guys that were in the NWO also?
Well, I mean, and this will bring us, that incarnation. Everybody has their favorite. To me,
Because
that
the
is
Horsemen
the
had
ultimate.
like 24 different incarnations, and the NWO had 80 different members. So please.
Well, that
I
validates the
almost
fact
threw
that
out
the
too
factions
Thank
were
you.
great.
Mark, they're awesome. Don't listen.
That
to Bully, Mark.
validates the fact that those factions are great.
They changed the game. The NWO. The
How many
NWO
people did you have in
changed
the nation from start to finish?
a lot?
There was actually a lot.
There was?
There was a
Crush.
lot. There was a
We
lot
had
of members
Clarence
of the nation.
Mason. We had Savio. We had Crush.
Ahmed Johnson.
We had Owen Hart.
Owen's a man of the
There was
people.
like 30 members.
I mean, those guys are so not memorable when it comes to when I think of the nation, I think of 5 guys. So
That's
At
true,
number
too.
1, here we
comes
go.
the hug
number
chase.
1. The Four Horsemen are the greatest faction in the history of pro wrestling. And you know what?
Which 4 horsemen would this be?
You know what? There might be some people that say Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Ole Anderson. There might be some people that say Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Lex Luger. There may be some that say
Bruh.
Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Sting. My favorite was
I forgot Sting
Ric
was
Flair,
even in it.
Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Barry
Sting.
Windham.
No.
Which was like the 5th incarnation of the horsemen.
That was
But either
actually
way,
fifth. It was
they were
ahead.
good.
They were not good. They were great.
I am not saying that the Horsemen were not good. I'm not disagreeing with the Horsemen on the list. But at number one, I'm sorry. There's too many different versions of the Horsemen. There are too many people in the NWO. DX was about
he about to piss you
a
off.
core group of guys and gals.
There was two of them.
There's two incarnations, and it was less than 2 years. Anyway, I want to give my
and
power
more over in
rankings
2 years than the other factions were.
Number 5, Nation of... I can't do this anymore.
Okay, then
number
leave.
5. No, number 5, Nation of Domination. Number 4, the Bullet Club. Number 3, DX. Number 2, the NWO, and at number 1, the Four Horsemen. Those are my top 5.
And the Nation should be above the Bullet Club.
All right, when we come back, somebody who is a member of DX, my number 3 faction of all time, is going to join us. Road Dogg, after that A&E bio from last night. We also want to take phone calls from the Nation with Road Dogg. So give us a call, 877-344-4893, 877-593. Well, hell yeah, when the 60 seconds are up right here, I'm Busted Open.
All right, he didn't say it there, but I guess he said it when they came back. He was like, Bullet Club don't even belong on a damn list. That's the part I was waiting on, just to see your reaction. But apparently he said it when they came back from commercial, which we're not going to wait time to
yeah, LaGreca and Bully Ray both are old school. So I'm not too concerned. I don't listen to Busted Open. So I wasn't surprised by this list, to be honest. But, yeah, that's me. So, like, that's why, like, I already knew off the bat when you pulled that up that it was going to differentiate. Like, our opinions are going to be much different from each other, especially Bully Ray. I never listen to a thing Bully Ray says. Bully Ray is that man's opinions are wild, but yeah, that's just how he is. So I don't see. I've never really looked at. I've always respected the things that the Horsemen have done for wrestling, apart and together as a group. Those guys have been fantastic, but I'm talking about the core group themselves, like Flair, Anderson. All of them, yeah, but I don't put them in my top faction list. At least not in my. I wouldn't put them at number 1 at least.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I did agree with Bully on was, bro, there was so many different Four Horsemen. Like me at my age, the Four Horsemen I came up on was Flair, Benoit, Orton Anderson, and McMongo.
Oh yeah. Oh, McMongo. Mongo.
Yeah, like McMichael, whatever his name is.
McMichael.
Yeah, there you go. Like, cause I was watching in the '90s. That's who it was in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
And then they even had, I think they had Dean Malenko at one point. So it was like 5 people doing the 4, and I was like, what the hell going on? It's the Four Horsemen, but you got 5 people in it.
Yeah.
So
Benoit ended up joining at some point. Like, yeah. Lex Luger was a part of it at one point.
He talking about what about? He did not quit AEW, and we talked about CM Punk like an hour ago. Yeah, I gotta turn on the notification. Yeah, it literally says almost quit AEW, and then on the headline it says CM Punk quitting AEW? Question mark? Not he quit. So, yeah, Lex Luger. I didn't even remember Lex Luger being a part of the
Lex Luger.
Him and Sting. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I wanted to get your opinion on that, man. I ain't got nothing else. You got anything you want to shout out to before we get off the show?
MTDW is going to be back on Thursday. We've got a big title match. AJ Styles will be going against Will Ospreay for the MTDW World Championship. He's going to finally be getting his hands on Ospreay after winning the triple threat match, number 1 contenders match at Tropic City Rumble. So make sure to come through on Thursday for that. And we'll be setting up. We're on the road to Popular Demand. So it's the next dark premium live event that we've got coming up. So make sure to come and check out these shows. Stardom, I'm going to still be streaming that this week. I think there's going to be a small break from the 5-Star Grand Prix. I think there's going to be like one show from the 5-Star Grand Prix that I'm probably going to air this week. And then they had a big show that you probably saw at the beginning of the stream. Siri is going to be defending against Nene Takahashi. Saya Kamatani was supposed to defend her white belt against Kairi, but Kairi came down with COVID. So now instead she's going to be defending her title against Himeka. The tag team belts are going to be on the line. FWC is going to be going up against Natsupoi and Tam Nakano. The trios belts will be on the line. Hideo Tai will be facing the Cosmic Angels. So all the belts are going to be on the line. It's going to be a very heavy show, and I've already been spoiled about one title change. I won't say what, but yeah, try to avoid Twitter if you can. So a lot of stuff coming on the channel this week. So, and then the Budget Cut podcast will be back next Sunday. So don't miss it. Oh, or
I'm
will
actually
we?
going to be out the country.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
Birthday weekend. Birthday is Saturday coming up, so I will be out the country. You know what? I still might be able to go live with you though, because I can take my MacBook and be on the internet. So
Okay.
And Melon, I don't need OBS for it, obviously. So we'll see. That'll be a little dope experience to kind of give you guys are looking to Jamaica, man, because DKF took over Jamaica. You might as well take over Jamaica for real. But he said I'm hopping in the luggage. See, let's get out of here. Where are we going? We ain't going nowhere. Your ass should have got the cakes by now too, King. I ain't heard nothing about it. So if you ain't get them, somebody either stole them or the mail people lost them, and I need to know ASAP so I can either send you another one or charge some people up. But I sent that
100% believe
Wednesday.
Somebody stole those cakes. Those cakes are delicious. Good Lord.
Yeah. So if you ain't got them, I need you to let me know, and then we'll just send you some more. But we'll figure out what's going on with that. Because the first ones we sent to dark didn't make it to dark.
Really?
I don't know if you know that or not. The first one didn't make it to you.
Oh damn.
It said delivered like a while back before you even actually got them.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
And you got the second batch. Yeah, so
damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess the second time you sent them, there was no problem because you told me about it, and then like a day later,
was
they
there.
got to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, geez. I was like, that was quick.
See, look at this. He didn't get them. So, like Lizzo said, they probably ate the shit, bro. This is the problem with sending the cakes, man. And
they be
and
on their breaks.
right,
They be on their lunch breaks. They're just like, oh, cupcakes, okay.
I know what to do now. It's just gonna be in a regular ass brown box, and then the cakes will be covered up in the cupcake bowl, little topping and everything. But we're just gonna put the cakes in a regular ass brown ass box, and we're just gonna send it like that, and you should be able to get it then. You good, Mr. Boz? That's what the replay is for. YouTube, dopecontent.com, because this will be on dopecontent.com as well. 14 days on Twitch. Plenty of ways to watch it. So, that's my shout outs. Dopecontent.com. Make sure you go there. Everything dope content related is there. Sports podcast, dope content podcast, special interviews, companies that I'm working with. Budget Cut Podcast got his own page. The Cupcake Bowls, body butter and sugar scrub for your body skin and all that stuff. Merch, Budget Cut Podcast shirts, BCC shirts. I need to send you one of these, Dark, and then I need to send you a BCC shirt. That's the one I keep forgetting to send you, is the Budget Cut shirt. We sent the damn cakes. We got to send the shirts.
Represent.
So I'll be sending those. I'm going to try. The goal is to try to send them before I leave on Friday. So that way you can have them, within the next 2 days or so, or next weekend, I should say. But that's it, man. Y'all be safe. Much love to y'all for coming through. Once again, I'm not playing no more videos at the end of the stream. We're right at the 2 hour and 30-minute point. So I'm about to exit. Peace out. Y'all be safe. See y'all next week, man. We are out.
Peace, y'all.
I'm glad I looked up. I saw that 2 hour and 29